Phase 5 has been announced and is coming on the 10th of July, so it's time to look back at our timeline and estimate the exact date TBC is coming. If you haven't kept up to date with these videos, then originally we predicted BWL to release on the 20th of March, and we got that 100% right. In the same video, we then predicted that ZG would come on the 12th of June. We actually got it much earlier on the 1st of May. So then we recalculated in the next video with our prediction of Phase 5 coming on the 26th of June. Now, what was funny about this was there was loads of hate and comments saying, no way, you're wrong, man, why are you so wrong, you're so dumb, AQ won't be out until August at least, TBC is not coming in 2025, it will come in 2026, blah blah blah. So yeah, actually AQ isn't coming on the 26th of June, but I was only out by 2 weeks, and it's coming on July 10th. So it's not that far off at all. So based on this, we're going to recalculate again in this video to see when Nax is likely to come and whether TBC is still coming in 2025. But before we start, I just have a really big favor to ask. Recently on my videos, only 10% of you are actually subscribed to the channel. Now, if you do enjoy my content, then please consider pressing the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me, and it really helps my channel. Thank you. So first things first, obviously Phase 5 isn't coming on the 26th of June. It's actually coming on the 10th of July. This also means that Phase 4 was not 8 weeks and was actually 10 weeks. So I'll just put here 10th of July and here 10 weeks. So yeah. It was 10 weeks long, not 8 weeks, and it's coming on the 10th of July. So we were actually out by 2 weeks. So based on this, what we're going to do is we're going to re-estimate Phase 5. Instead of 10 weeks, we're going to say it's going to be 12 weeks. So I'll write here 12 weeks. Although honestly, I hope that this is not the case. Traditionally, Phase 5 is a really bad phase, and that's when the majority of the player base disappears or takes a break from the game. This lining up with the fact that summer is coming as well, I'm expecting a huge dip in numbers. Up until now, the numbers have been fairly consistent, but a dip is inevitable, so I'd really love it if Blizzard just decided to cut AQ short, or in fact, should I say, bring Nax earlier. It depends how you want to look at it, because obviously they know people don't really like Phase 5. We've had an accelerated pace, so bringing in Nax just means that all raids are open sooner and we can do all the content we want and get a lot more gear. Gear being the emphasis here, as I see this all the time all over the internet. People feel that they're not getting enough gear, so bring AQ a little shorter and make Nax longer. Because most of the time, even in Phase 6 of Nax, you'll still be doing AQ anyway, so if it's a short phase, I wouldn't be against it at all. But to be safe, we'll just stick with this 12-week prediction, which for me would be the worst case scenario, but that would mean Phase 6 and Nax would actually come on the 18th of September. And then if we had Phase 6 for another 12 weeks, that would bring TBC pre-patch to the 11th of December. We'll cross this one out and put here the 11th of December. So this is kind of our new timeline. And yes, it would mean TBC would still be coming in 2025. Now, there's a few things to consider. And one of those is the fact that Blizzard is listening to a lot of the community's feedback, and it's often acted on. And one of the biggest things I'm reading online is about the pre-patch being longer. Now, if you remember in 2021 TBC Classic, the pre-patch was only 2 weeks long, which actually flew by really quickly. Now, one thing they could do is cut Phase 6 a little shorter and bring in the pre-patch, because to be honest, there is no downsides to this. If you want to level a Draenei or Blood Elf, this will give you plenty of time. And then obviously there's the other side of it, which is the fact that Classic is absolutely awesome with TBC talents. I'm sure we'd all love to have more time doing Classic content with the TBC talents. So Blizzard, if you're watching this, then please consider making pre-patch longer. Not necessarily by extending the timeline, but bringing it at some point in Phase 6, You would honestly struggle to find anyone who will disagree with this. And in the pre-patch, a lot of guilds can prepare their new shamans or paladins. Everyone can get their classes leveled that they want to use in TBC and start getting really good Nax gear so they can level even quicker in TBC. You also have to remember that in anniversary servers, generally the player base is a little bit more casual than it was in 2019. Leveling a Draenei or Blood Elf from level 1 all the way to 60 and then gearing them up is quite a big ask for the majority of players to do it in 2 weeks. Although generally it is a little bit faster to level in the TBC pre-patch, as they did change some of the experience and you can get a mount at level 30. I mean, obviously there'll be one guy in the comments disagreeing with this, but I know the majority of you will agree that an earlier pre-patch is a good thing, so let's see if they can do it. But yeah guys, as I've said so many times before, Blizzard is a business. This whole thing is about business for them. They need to generate profit, so I'm 90% confident TBC pre-patch will be coming this year. Q4 is the most important time for businesses because it's when they can generate the most revenue. So I fully expect Blizzard to cash in on this. I'm expecting they'll offer all the packs again where you get some cosmetic item. I'm also expecting the level 58 boost for pre-patch, maybe 1 per account like last time. It's still easy money for them. I personally know that there's a bunch of my friends that don't even play anniversary, but they are looking to come back for TBC, so at 58 boost they will pay for that straight away. And then of course something else I'd expect to see is the cloning service again. You see, back in original Classic they offered people a paid option to clone their character to Era so they could keep it forever in Era. Now a huge majority of people didn't do this because they knew TBC was coming and Wrath was probably coming in the future, and they just did Classic and they didn't really care about their character. But this was a huge regret down the line because many players, myself included, now have Wrath of the Lich King characters that are basically dead to the well. Most of us never even wanted to play Kata, so the fact that Kata came out completely ruined our characters, and surprisingly a Wrath era server never happened. So yeah, I have thousands of gold and these characters just sat there on the Kata server, which I'm never ever going to use. Deep down I'm thinking I wish I cloned those characters because jumping into Era would be great. So because of this, I'm fully expecting the cloning service to be hugely popular this time around because of the anxiety. It's honestly likely we'll never get a fully fresh non-seasonal version of Classic WoW again. So if this option exists, I'd recommend cloning your character so you can play Era again in the future and you won't regret it. But yeah guys, this is my latest analysis on Classic Anniversary and what the future looks like. I know a bunch of people will be arguing in the comments, but so far my predictions have been fairly accurate, and I'm still pretty confident TBC is definitely coming this year. And please also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It means the world to me and really helps the channel. Thanks for watching this video guys, and have a lovely day.